This video is going to put together what we learnt about things like trends in skull size, trends in skeleton structure with all of our Australopithecus through to Homo. We're going to make sure we put them all in together and talk about the links between them. So it's just one kind of little summary video about, we're working on page 10 and 11 and talking about some of the significance of some of these changes. So again, we're looking at the major trends in hominin evolution from the genus Australopithecus through to the genus Homo. So here is, I was talking about that Homoflorens. Here is a phylogenetic tree that shows us what may have happened with the evolution of humans. So what we found is that Australopithecus were here, the human ancestors were confined to Africa, and then by the time we got through to Homo habilis diverged off. Homo erectus that existed back here, but this like big increase in brain size. And when that happened, they started to get a little bit more adventurous. So some of the Homo erectus spread out from Africa and went to Eurasia. So it went to Europe, it went to Asia. So they kind of climbed out and went over here. Then what happened after that is you've got some Homo erectus that stayed in Africa and some Homo erectus in Asia. There were also some of them over here. There was some kind of common ancestor in Europe that kind of diverged off to become the Neanderthals, the Denisovans, and the Homo sapiens. When we were talking about that weird little Florensiensis, we think he diverged off. We're just not sure. Yeah, but we think they might have diverged off from a Homo habilis and made their way over to Indonesia somehow, or they may have diverged from a group in Africa of Homo erectus that just kind of diverged and went off onto that island. So the problem with the human family tree is it's really what we call bushy. There's lots and lots of dead ends. It's very open to interpretation. Can you see here? There's like these bits where you're like, okay, there was a species here, but I don't quite know where they came from. I don't quite know if they diverged from this person or this person and where they came and how they linked in. Yep. So I think this here is that last dot point on your, the last dot point in this topic is, yeah, it's difficult, but it says that the human fossil record is an example of a classification scheme that is open to interpretations, that is contested, that is refined, that is replaced when new evidence challenges them. So that's all this picture is meant to show you, is that we change it. But when we want to put together our current trends, this is what I've done for you. So I really like these pictures because they kind of give a little bit more humanity to what we think our human ancestors may have looked like. So based on the skeletal structures that we've found, have a look at these brow ridges, mate. Oh, Lucy's brow ridges were just like sensational. Even Homo erectus had a massive monobrow kind of built in. Whereas by the time you got up here, we can see our brow ridges are definitely getting reduced. We can also definitely see the angle on the face here and not as much angle on the face here. So what we found is that Australopithecus only ever existed in Africa. We've only ever found fossils of Australopithecines in Africa. It was Homo erectus was the first one to leave Africa. We get this massive increase in brain size. We get decreasing teeth size, decreasing brow ridges, decreasing flat, like slopey face. We also found that back here with the Homo habilis, we started to use fire. We get more complex symbols, problem solving, and language. But why have these happened? So there's a way of identifying a skull that we're going to play with in class, but in particular, there are two very important things that humans do, yeah, that make us so successful in evolutionary terms, at least as land animals. So the first thing that we can do is we can walk on 2 feet. So this is called bipedal locomotion. I've talked about it quite a bit, but why is it so important that we're bipedal? Why does it matter? So think about it this way. If you're walking on all fours, you can't do what? You can't carry your wallet, you can't carry your pencil case, you can't write at the same time while walking. Yeah, so it freed up our hands. By walking on 2 feet, we freed up our hands. Now that's massive, because once you free up your hands, you can start to use, like this is a tool. Okay, so freeing up my hands allows me to manipulate objects and use tools. There's also another benefit to being bipedal, is being more upright means you can see further. Yeah, so if you're in an African plain and you are standing upright, your head is literally like a meter higher. And the higher you get up, the further you can see. So you can see further, which means that you can hunt better. Now, it means that you can run away, spot predators and run away from them earlier, so you're less likely to die. So all of these things mean that this bipedal locomotion gave humans a selective advantage. The other thing that's really noticeable in these trends here is this brain size. Yeah, our brain size getting bigger. So the bigger our brain gets, it means that we have a greater cognitive ability. So once we start to get greater cognitive ability, we start to get language, we start to get shared beliefs, we start to get symbols, we start to get ceremonies, and we start to be able to work more collaboratively. So I know that we talk to you about group work all the time and the fact that it's very important. Yeah, but this is something that we've been gifted as a present from our human ancestors, the ability to work collaboratively because of our increased brain size. And this is what makes us so successful. Pretty cool stuff. There are a couple of questions to go through here, but I might just pause and make that another little video.